All right, let's watch this TikTok. If this TikTok works. Let's see. Come on, internet. Hey, somebody said there's no sound on the video. Why am I so horrible at this? Oh. Sorry, guys. All right. I'm going to just do it again. Now I think it'll work. All right. Starting all over.
Watch this to feel better about your dating life. Today was my boyfriend's birthday, and we've only been dating a short period of time, but he is literally amazing to me. Treats me like a literal princess. I walk on water. The sun shines out of my ass. Literally, I could not ask for anything more. Anything more. I'm over here like, wow, this is what it feels like to be treated the right way. This is it. This is it. This is amazing. I'm so excited. No. So after dinner, we go back to his house, hang out, and I go to the bathroom and I'm throwing away a paper towel, and I see a used makeup wipe. Eye makeup and everything. And I'm like, I don't use makeup wipes. Okay. So I go out there and I'm like, so do you wear makeup now? And he's like, me? And I was like, yeah, I mean, there's a used makeup wipe in your trash can when I was throwing away my paper towel. And it wasn't there the last time I was over. And he's like, what? No. And okay, not my finest moment, okay? After I had found this makeup wipe, I didn't immediately confront him with it. I may or may not have gotten curious and opened his Snapchat while he was in the shower. When I tell you there were like 20 girls on his Snap. Mind you, I don't go through my partner's phone. I don't. But I also have never found a used makeup wipe in my boyfriend's trash can. So I do. And the worst part is that he sent an inappropriate picture while I was in the bathroom. So I'm now single again.
Oh my God. This poor woman. I feel so bad for her. But I also have so many questions. There is a follow-up video, though. Let me go click on that.
All right, you guys have been asking for it. So he tried to tell me that the wipe was probably there since I was there last, and that it was just shoved so perfectly far down there that I wouldn't have noticed it last time. And I didn't even respond to him because I was like, it was literally folded perfectly sitting right on top. So I do think that girl did it on purpose, which, like, bless. We love a girl's girl. Anyways, so he wasn't getting it. And I was like, okay, so let me rephrase this. If we looked at your Snapchat right now, would I be pissed? And he's like, what? And I was like, how mad would I be? And he just kept deflecting, told me that, you know, that this was always going to be like that. So I got up at midnight, got dressed, went out to my car to leave, and he comes outside and he's like, you have the wrong idea. And I was like, well, how am I supposed to know that if you won't just be honest with me? And he just shrugged his shoulders, and I said, nope, I don't think so. And then I drove away. Nice. All right, you guys have been asking for it. So
this is a really fucked up story, and I honestly don't know how common this is. Like, does this happen to a lot of, right? This doesn't happen to me. It's never happened to me. I don't think a girlfriend has ever cheated on me. Has this, it's like such a crazy story, but at the same time, it doesn't feel that crazy. All right. You know what? I think that I'm just going to bring Alyssa on the podcast. Does anybody want that? Put it in the chat if you guys would like her to be on the podcast, to like ask her questions. If anybody has any questions to ask her or anything, let me know in the chat, y'all. Let me see what we got in the chat going on right now. We got a yes. We got a yes. Cool. Fourth Avenue says, do you think at some point we have to accept men will always cheat? Shayla. All right. Well, I could bring her in right now, everybody. If you want that, if you would like that. All right. Well, here she is. I have to unmute her. Hold on one second. That was a little surprise there. Alyssa.
Hello.
Oh my God, you got an adorable pity. Oh my God. Why didn't you talk about that in the video?
I know. Honestly, I really should have. She's a showstopper.
Yeah. And what's her name?
Frida.
Frida, that's dope. Is it because she looks something like Frida Kahlo?
I definitely did not name her.
Okay.
No.
I wonder if dogs are okay with having their names changed. I think they are.
I think so. I got her when she was 1, and I thought about it, and then I was like, but what if she already knows it? I don't know.
I like the name anyway, so I think it's a good name. All right, so first of all, how are you doing today? How are you doing this week?
I'm good. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So I just want to be clear. We just watched your TikTok. That was a very, very good, well-told story. And first of all, I just want to say, like, I'm really, really sorry about this. Like, this sucks. And I was just wondering, like, gosh, does this happen to a lot of people and we just don't know about it because people aren't talking about it on TikTok?
I know. Well, apparently, if you read the comment section, it's like thousands and thousands of just like, whoa, same.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
So bad.
And this happened, like, okay, so you posted this like almost a week ago. When did this happen?
Yeah. The same night that I posted it on, well, technically Wednesday. I posted it at like 12 in the morning on Wednesday morning. So it happened on Tuesday.
Oh, it happened on Tuesday, and then you just made the video the next day.
I made it when I got home, but I drove myself home at like midnight. And then I got home and I was so angry. I was like, my 7,000 followers will get a kick out of this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so now you have 12,000. Congrats. You almost doubled. Yeah. If anything, if there's any positive out of this, is that your story at least went viral.
Yeah.
But But okay, so that makes sense. Like you already had like a following on TikTok and you already kind of had like a relationship, I'm assuming, with like your community and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Got it. So that makes sense. And I have so many questions, but
Okay.
um like what I'm really interested in is like I want I want people to be more aware of like noticing stuff like this from the start if possible. Now, I can, I could assume that there's a lot of people that are just really good cheaters. They have no, like you were saying, like he's a perfect boyfriend and all of that type of stuff. Um but I don't know. I think I do I'm just a very very like if I notice anything about anybody, I just cut it off immediately. Like I'm a super strict red flag person. Like even if I see
Love.
like the lightest flag in the world, I'm like, nope. And every time I haven't trusted my gut and just went like, oh, she's probably just quirky or something. Like it ends
Yeah.
up, no, nope, my gut was right all along. Did you ever have a gut moment at the beginning where you're like, something, nah, forget it.
Yes.
Okay, tell me.
Yeah. Um, so when we first met up, um, we were talking and he was like just kind of telling me his life story. He's originally from West Africa. So I asked him, I was like, so how did you get out here? And, anyways, so he started talking about his past, like, I don't know, his first relationships in America. And he just started talking about how he doesn't understand how people sleep at night if they're cheating. And I'm sitting there and I like immediately I was like, I pocketed this information. I was like, okay, so either you've really just been hurt in the past or you are a ginormous cheater and you're trying to convince me that you're not.
Oh, wow. Kind of like a bluff.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that is an interesting thing to bring up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I would ever, out of nowhere, just be like, I wonder how people sleep at night when they are cheaters.
Right.
Yeah, and then it ended up that he was a massive cheater. How long were you guys together, by the way? Like, when did this
Well,
relationship start?
probably like 2 months.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it was very short. It was very short
So,
because I was dipping out.
okay, and how did you guys meet?
Online.
Okay.
Apps.
Which app do you remember?
Honestly, okay, yeah. So I was so sick of like Hinge
Mm.
and Tinder
Yeah, fuck
that
Hinge.
everybody loves Hinge. I freaking hate Hinge.
Yeah.
But anyway, so one of my clients, I'm a hairstylist, she was like, yeah, I met my husband on Plenty of Fish. And I was like, that's weird because in California,
Yeah,
I know
no.
all about Plenty of
No,
Fish.
Plenty of Fish is just like it's not cool at all. Anywhere,
Mm-mm.
not even in California.
No, that was like old school before apps were even a thing.
Yeah.
You're like on your computer, like.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, whatever. Like,
Just try
see.
it.
Yeah. And then he popped up and I was just like, okay.
Is he like a very hot, good-looking guy? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, to me, yeah.
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 Okay. And okay, so you guys met up,
hmm
and what was that first date like?
So,
Do you mind talking about this, by the way? I
oh
mean,
no,
we
no,
could.
it's fine.
Okay, cool.
No, it's fine. Okay, so he wanted to take me to dinner, but I have like food allergies. So I was like, not really like trying to
Yeah.
go out and like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I went because I care about my personal safety. Nobody do this. I did go over to his house for our first date. Uh,
Wait,
smart.
before like you guys never met and you went right over?
Yeah.
Okay, so what did he Okay, so he said let's go to dinner. You said no.
Yeah, I was like, like I don't really I've got a lot of allergies that I can't, and I can't control what people put in the restaurant. Anyways, and I was just like, no, I don't know. Maybe we can do something else. And he's like, well, I can cook for you. And I was like,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I guess I mean I think that sounds like pretty rational. It's like, well, I can't go out and eat. Well, I'll cook for you. So I guess that makes sense. Okay.
I mean, technically I could have, but I'm just like one of those people that if I don't know the restaurant, it's a first date, I will.
No, of course. Like, you don't want to take a chance to have your face blow up. Like he turns at one moment and you're like, hey, how's the food for you? And your like face is like all red like a balloon. You're like a Veruca Salt or something.
Yeah, that would be not ideal.
Okay, so you guys had the first date. Did he make dinner for you, or was he just bullshitting?
No, he really did. Okay. Yeah, and it was good. I was impressed.
Cool, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so 2 months. Did you guys actually go some sort of official? Was there any conversation about that exclusivity?
Yeah, and it was his idea.
Okay, so let's talk about that. How far into the relationship did that happen?
I mean, I would probably say like a month. We were talking for like a month. Okay. And then he was, I feel like he actually just assumed that we were together. And then I was like, he said something to me one night and I said, well, you'd actually have to make me your girlfriend. And he was like, well, I thought that was a done deal. And I was like, we didn't have a conversation about it. So no. And he goes, okay, so let's have a conversation about it. And we did.
What was the thing where you said, you have to make me your girlfriend?
What were we talking about?
It was spicy things in the bedroom. And you were like, well, if you want that, that's a girlfriend thing. Sorry.
No. No, he was talking about his birthday dinner and taking me to dinner with him. And I was like, I'm not going if I'm not your girlfriend. That's weird.
Okay, so like just you and him, or him and all his friends?
No, his family.
His family? Oh, wow.
Family.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
This guy, damn.
I'm telling you.
After a month.
Yeah.
After a month. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. And so then you guys had the talk, and then you guys went into a relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's about a month in.
Yeah.
And from then on, how did it go? Did things change? Did they get even better?
It was, I would say, better. I mean, he was just, I've never been love bombed before, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I don't normally date guys that are that nice.
Yeah. So what was he doing as a love bomb?
So the bar is low. I'll tell you that.
Was he saying that? Was he telling you I love you?
No.
Okay.
No. But he was just always like, just heavy on words of affirmation, heavy on physical touch. Constantly when we were together, he's like, what do you need? What can I get you? Like, just constantly like doting on me 24/7.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was just like, this is weird. But
did you really like it though? Were you having the feeling like, wow, this is really cool, but like this is really different too. I've never experienced somebody that's so into me and so like just like giving.
Yes, it actually made me kind of uncomfortable at first because I'm not used to that. So I was just like, I don't know how to respond to this. And then I kind of started to like it, but I also was like, this is in the back of my head the whole time. I was like, this is too good to be true. Like,
okay, so you did, that's a little second gut feeling though too. Because you were like, something's off here. Like, it's always the something's off. It doesn't mean that you're noticing something horrible. The gut is like a complex thing that does what we don't know how to do. It notices shit. And I feel like that was another noticing shit.
Yeah. And well, okay. So it's funny. I was talking to my mom one day. I was like, I don't know if I'm just traumatized and like waiting for the other shoe to drop, or if I'm actually having a gut feel. Like we had this exact conversation.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so are
Yeah.
you saying that like past relationships were much worse than this? Like guys would just not treat you well?
Yes.
Got it. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. And so like you had finally a moment where you're like, wow, this is like too good to be true. Like this, it was the exact opposite.
Exact opposite. I took two
Oh my
years. I was
God.
single for 2 years.
Yeah.
And I had like one situationship in between,
Yeah.
but I was single for 2 years. And then I'm like, okay, he's the first guy that I was like, you know what?
Mm,
I might actually give this a shot.
yeah. Damn. Damn. That makes
Yeah.
me so pissed. Like I'm getting like fucking upset right now talking to you because I'm like, this bastard like is showing you things that like you really deserve
Hmm.
and it's just bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you chatted with your mom about it, and what did she say?
My mom is such an optimistic person. Um, I love her,
Aw.
but I don't know. I think she wanted to be supportive. But
Yeah.
at the same time, she was like, I really can't tell you. She goes, you just have to either decide to run or wait it out and see if it is actually something good or something bad. What do you have to lose? And I was like, my sanity. I don't know. Like,
Mm, yeah.
not really, but
Now is he
yeah.
in any of your TikToks? Am I able to see him somewhere? Am I able to peep?
Mm-mm.
Damn.
Nope. Nope. Well, and here's the thing. He really does not have a lot of social media
Hmm.
at all.
Okay.
So he had like Facebook, Snapchat, obviously. Um,
Huh.
but that was it.
Got it. And
Yeah.
now how old is he?
25.
Got it. And why is he still using Snapchat?
You know, fantastic question. I don't know.
Do you
Well,
know any
actually, I
other
don't
did
know.
you date any other guys that were using Snapchat?
Uh, my situationship guy was using Snapchat.
Hmm.
Um, but none of my exes had Snapchat. Mm-mm.
Hmm.
No.
Got it. Okay. Um so it was 2 months in. You
Mhm.
went over his place. You guys how are you feeling at this point in the relationship with him?
Um, like the day that it happened, like leading up to.
Yeah, leading up to it.
Yeah, so I was excited because it was his birthday. I love birthdays. Everybody's birthday. It's my favorite. So I got him a gift. I went
Mhm.
over there. Um, and then we just like went to the water and we were walking around
This day
and it was
was
just
his birthday. Is that
this day was his birthday. Hmm. Yeah.
Holy cow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So he was like, okay, if you could be here by this time, and then we can go walk around the lake and then we can head to dinner with my family.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay. So all was good. Actually, all was great. It was we had a great time.
Mhm.
Um, and then we go to the restaurant to meet up with his mom, her boyfriend, and then his aunt and uncle.
Mhm.
And uncomfortable, I'll tell you that.
Hmm.
I barely know him. Like, I don't know these people. Like,
And were they hospitable to you? Like were they really open and warm?
his mom, I actually had met his mom
Mhm.
like before, and no,
Hmm.
no, but his aunt and uncle and his mom's boyfriend, super duper nice. And by the end of the dinner, his mom was like really warming up to me, and I was like, okay, I've just had anxiety this whole time. It's
Aw.
fine. Like,
Yeah.
um, but overall, it was a really good dinner. And he's sitting there, and he's, got his hand on my knee. I've got my hand on his
Hmm.
knee. He's leaning over and kissing me on the cheek. He's telling everybody how grateful he is that everyone's here and that I'm here. And I'm just like, okay, okay,
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
Um, and so we go back to his house, and
What did you
he
get
was
him
down.
for his birthday?
I got him he loves hair products. So I got him a bunch of hair products.
Okay.
He was super excited about. I mean,
Wow.
I'm also here. I don't know what else to get him. I didn't know him that
Okay.
well.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, he was super excited about them. I let him keep them, by the way, but
No, I mean, you're a
what am
sweet
I going to do
person.
with them?
Yeah.
So we got back to his house, and then I went upstairs, like washed my makeup off and whatever. And he was downstairs for a while, and he messages me and he's like, I'm downstairs smoking a cigarette. I'll be up in a little bit. And I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like chilling. And then he finally came up and he's like, did you get my message? And I was like, yeah, but I was washing my face. Like,
Yeah.
also, you're literally right downstairs. Where do
Yeah.
I think you're going?
Yeah. I mean, now that I know the whole situation, that was him saying, like, I want you to know where I am. So, you know, like, so you
Yeah.
don't randomly run down going, hey, hey.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So we hung out for a bit, and then he was like, okay. Oh, so I went into the bathroom, and that's when I like washed my hands. Mm-hmm. It's like one of those small trash cans that has the little foot thing.
Yeah.
And so I open it and I'm, go to look down. And when I tell you, this makeup wipe was literally folded perfectly and just sitting right on top.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I did a double take because I went to just drop it, and I was like,
yeah.
And I just see like eye makeup marks.
Mm.
And I was like, so I like bent down and I looked at it and I was like, this is fucking weird. And so I go out into the bedroom again.
Now,
and
hold on.
Yeah.
So when you saw that, did you have any sort of like, did your heart rate like shoot up immediately? Like, oh my God, like bump, bump, bump.
Yeah. Yeah. So my stomach dropped. And the first thing that came to my mind was, well, maybe it's his mom's, but like, why would she be in his bathroom anyway?
Yeah.
But then right before we went to dinner, he said this to his mom, and this was a red flag in my mind too. He goes, Mom, why don't you dress nice? And I looked at him and I said, excuse me, why'd you say that to her? Yes. Weird. He was like, because my mom is beautiful, and if she just like put on some really nice clothes and whatever. And I said, I think she looks just fine. And she goes, I'm a in broken English, she speaks French. She's like, I'm a tomboy. I don't even wear makeup. And that sentence ran through my mind. Oh my
God.
Yeah. That sentence ran through my mind, and I was like, okay. And you know what? Before walking out there, I was like, okay, you're fine. Don't say a damn thing.
Yeah.
So I go out there and he's like, okay, I'm going to take a shower. And I was like, all right, cool. So he goes in the shower and I'm texting my best friend and my mom.
Yeah.
Because me and my mom are like this. So I texted, I was like, so just found a used makeup wipe in so-and-so's trash can. That's weird. Mm-hmm. Neither one of them responded to me. It was like, I don't know, 11 o'clock at this point. Neither one responded to me. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, how do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? Because the thing is I saw that and I was like, I'm not doing this. Like, nope. I was like, I don't want to do this. How do I leave? But now he's in the shower. And then I was like, I looked over at his bedside table and his phone is sitting there on the charger. And I was like, let me just hurt my feelings real quick so that I could like really leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, if he has a passcode, like, what am I going to do? I'm not going to try to hack it. So I open it, and because he's like one of those, like, those new Motorola Razr smartphones.
There's no passcode?
There was no passcode.
Wow.
I opened it and it was just open, and I was like, okay, universe, green light, go.
Yeah.
So like, well, what am I supposed to do? Like, get a passcode. This could have been avoided. So I open it and I go straight to his Snapchat. And in my video, I said there were like 20 girls. I didn't even scroll. I didn't scroll down.
Yeah. It was immediate.
It was just all right there. And if I would have scrolled, I'm sure there would have been plenty more.
Yeah. Wow. Got it. Yeah, this bastard, he wanted to give everyone his birthday gift or some shit. Ew. He was sending his dick to girls.
Okay, it was literally so embarrassing. I had secondhand embarrassment so bad
Mm.
because it was the worst angle possible. It wasn't just, it was like down below, and it was I was
Oh.
like, what is happening? And I looked at the timestamp. I thought I must have thought it was earlier than it was. And it was sent as a chat attachment because it was in his camera roll. So
Yeah.
it didn't send as a normal snap. And I don't know, when I first saw it and when I made the video, I hadn't thought about it. I was like, oh my God, he must have done that like when I was in the bathroom. Um, Whether or not he just sent it while he was downstairs smoking a cigarette from his camera roll, I don't know. But seems a little suspicious to me.
Yeah. Regardless, he sent something while you were upstairs. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, while I was at his house.
God damn it.
Yeah. And I went through just a few of them, and one of them was telling this girl, multiple of the girls, about the dinner, obviously leaving me out of it.
Whoa.
And yeah, like his family dinner. He was explaining the whole thing to multiple
Wow.
people.
Okay.
And one of them, she was like, oh, well, I got you something. Let me know when you're back from dinner and I can come drop it off.
Oh God. So this
Uh-huh.
is not even like okay. Just keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
And
I'm
so
just
then,
so my mind.
no, you're fine. Another one was he told her, yeah, but I wish you were here, while I'm literally upstairs, like in his room. And I was just like, I've seen enough. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen enough.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So then confronting him. I mean, I don't know how I would do it. I mean, I think you did it in the best way possible, but I think I would be so upset and angry, and like you said, like I would want to just leave, but then it's like,
Mhm.
wait a second. No, I have to like finish this and like confront
Yeah.
this. Yeah, it's just, but you really like did it perfectly, I think. You said, well, you tell me what you said.
So he got out of the bathroom and he like automatically knew that I was just like,
He sensed it.
I'm sitting here planning my escape, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, are you okay? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, stay calm.
Mm,
Do not let the
mm,
crazy out. Do not
yeah.
let the crazy out. So I was like, yeah, I just have to use the bathroom. So because I couldn't be like, oh, earlier when I was, I don't know, I just felt like I needed to. Anyways,
Yeah.
so I went back in there, like collected myself for a second, and then I walk out and I was like, so, and I get back on the bed and I like cuddle up to him and I was like, so you wear makeup now or what? And he was like, what? And I said, well, I was throwing something away in the trash can, and right on top was a very used makeup wipe. And I don't use makeup wipes.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, oh, I mean, he's like, babe, that was probably there for so long. And I was like, well, it was not there when I saw you last.
Hmm.
Wasn't there.
Yeah.
I also used the trash can then. And I don't know why it would
Yeah.
be sitting directly on top.
Yeah.
So he was like, oh, you know, it was probably just pushed down there. And I'm like, then how? And
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
makes
even
no
say,
sense.
like, how did it resurface?
Yeah.
Like, how did it resurface?
Yeah.
I was not even going to get into that with him, but I was like, so whose is it? And he goes, babe, I don't know. I was like, okay. So I just kind of like turned over, and he's like, come on, talk to me. Communication. We can't go to sleep angry.
Oh my
It's not good. I'm
God.
just thinking, sir, for your sake, you want me to go to sleep angry right
Yeah.
now. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't staying,
Yeah.
but I was just like trying to plan how I was going to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, well, I don't believe you. Just calmly, I was like, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you're cold. And I was like, yeah. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So he wasn't getting it. He goes, well, maybe it was so and so's. Remember my mom's friend's daughter who came and stayed with us for the weekend? And I was thinking to myself, first thing in my head, I was like, okay, you told me it was your mom's friend, not her daughter. So like it probably was hers. Like, you know what I mean? Or you know, the girl who wanted to drop off his present. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, let me put it to you this way. If we looked at your snap right now, how pissed off would I be?
Mm.
And he just kind of was like, what? And I was like, okay, number one, giggling is quite literally a sign of lying, but
Yeah.
it's fine. And he goes, what? And I said, no, it's a thing, but okay, continue. Like, how mad would I be? And he was just like, well, I talk to people, but it doesn't mean anything. And I was like, oh, it doesn't mean anything. And he said, well, don't you talk to people? And I said, yeah, my friends. And he goes, yeah, my friends. And I was like, oh, okay, so you talk to your friends.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he was like, no. And I was like, okay, well, show me.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, I'm not going to do that. That's unhealthy. He's like, that's unhealthy behavior.
Oh man, the little gaslight, just a little bit of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, just a little bit. And I said, okay, show me one time just so I know I can trust you. I mean,
Yeah.
I already knew I couldn't,
Yeah.
but, and he goes, fine. So he gets his phone and he's holding it a very safe distance from me.
Yeah.
And he opens it up. He goes there. And I start naming off every girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, these are all women. He's like, yeah, my friends. And I was like, uh-huh, your friends. And he goes, yeah, well, I could say the same thing about yours. So I open up my Snapchat and I start naming the 4 people on my chat list.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is my best friend that lives in North Carolina. This is my best friend. And he was just like, okay. And I said, why don't you open up one of the conversations? Just one.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, this isn't healthy. And I said, no, it's because you know I'd be mad.
Yeah.
And he goes, no. And I said, okay, I'm going to go then.
Mm-hmm.
And so I get up and he's like, you're really going to leave? And I said, yes, I am too old for this.
Mm-hmm.
And so he starts to get up because he's going to walk me out. And he's like, if you don't believe me, that's fine. I get it. But this is toxic. We've been dating for just like, I don't know, he said like a month or two. And then he goes, if it starts out like this, it's always going to be like this. And I looked at him and I said, absolutely not. I do not behave like this, which, mind you, I was impressed with my composure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I said, I do not act like this unless I am given a reason to do so. But okay. And then I said, and you do not have to walk me out. So he walks back over to the bed and I collect my things and I go downstairs. I get into my car and I start it and I look up and he's saying something. And so I opened the door and I was like, what? And he goes, you have the wrong idea.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and how am I supposed to know that?
Yeah.
And he goes, and I said, nope.
Yeah.
And then I drove away. Like, just like that.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So has he done any of these like fake woke things to you before where he's like, this is not healthy. Oh, this is toxic. Like, has he ever said anything like that before?
No. So anytime that I would bring up something that was of concern to me, or I don't know, I don't know. Every time he was just like, no, I understand. You're completely right. Or something along those lines. He was always just very receptive. And I was like, wow, like he doesn't get mad at me when I voice something that bothers me or, you know, is an issue for me.
He never has pushback is like what you're saying. Like anytime you want to talk about anything. Wow. Damn. Well, I commend you for like handling it so well. As a dating coach, I would say like I probably wouldn't tell people to check the phone, but as a person, I don't know how I would feel in that situation. You know, like if this exact same thing happened to me, who knows? I might go, what the fuck? Like, let me just see,
Yeah.
you know? And so in that situation, I might have done the exact same thing. I have no idea. 'Cause like you said, like your heart rate was going up. You were getting anxious. Like you were talking with your family and your friends about this. Like this would like, you were trying to figure out what to do. So I think you handled it as best as possible. And so I commend you for that. Now, I think Okay, let me ask you this. Have you guys chatted after this?
No,
Has he contacted you?
no.
He hasn't contacted you. Wow.
What he did was, so the entire time that we were talking or together within those 2 months, he never posted a Snapchat story
Mm-hmm.
ever. And the day after, he was just story after story after story after
Mm.
story. One of the first one being him, like, he took a picture of the lake and his shoes, and he was like, sometimes I just feel so lost. And I was
What?
like,
Ugh, that's
I'm
cheesy as
like,
hell.
okay. Oh, it was worse than that, actually. I didn't want, I was embarrassed. So he was like, I wish I could be like the wind with no problems.
No,
I
no.
literally was just like, how did I date this? I'm going to just chalk it up to that English is his second language. He doesn't know how cheesy that
Yeah.
sounds. It's fine.
Wow.
Probably sounds better in French. I mean, so,
Yeah.
but yeah, so story
Wow.
after story. And I was just like, I know that you're trying to get a reaction from me.
Yeah.
Um, no.
Yeah. Uh, you know, I think his true colors really come out when he has not contacted you.
Right.
Because if he really wanted this relationship to work, if he really cared about you, he just introduced you to his family.
Right. Right. Had he not, okay, so had he not taken me to his birthday dinner with his family, I would have been like, still upset, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, how do you do that? Like, how do you
Yeah.
sit somebody down in front of your family, introduce them as your girlfriend, and then meanwhile, I just don't, that's
Yeah.
very,
Yeah.
something's
Yeah.
miswired.
Yeah. Eesh. Um man. So what how are you feeling right now, like, about this whole situation?
So I had, so the day after, which was the day that the video was blowing up, I had my moment. I had my day where I just ate takeout in my bed and watched
Mm-hmm.
Grey's Anatomy.
Nice.
Um, and then I had to go to work the next day. So I was just like, you know, and I was proud of myself because um, with every other relationship that I've ever had, I hung on for years until it
Uh
was like there was nothing
yeah.
left to hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
So I was so proud of myself for number one, leaving,
Mm-hmm.
like actually
Yeah.
leaving, because that is not something that I would have done even a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then not reaching out to him to even just say anything like I didn't send the paragraph to make myself feel better. I didn't,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't
That's
do
so
that. So,
true. Yeah. Because it's like, especially when he doesn't reach out, it
mhm,
it would be so tempting to say your last thing and then get into a whole conversation with him again, meet up with him, then he somehow charms you slash gaslights you into getting back with him, getting it all over, and then you guys last another, year or so with this
right.
bullshit happening. So, like, the fact that you cut it off so cleanly like that is amazing, and that's the right thing to do, by the way.
Thank you.
I don't think it's unhealthy to do that, and I actually do think it is unhealthy to just keep going over problems with somebody that when it's so obvious that it's not working out at all. Um, but I'm the type of person where it's like, if I notice any negativity or anything from anybody, the second that it happens, it like is alarms for me. It's sirens for me. Just because
Yeah.
I've been in a lot of relationships, and I'm 37 now, so I notice, like, I've listened. I've trained myself to be able to listen to my gut even when it's the slightest thing. And do you think that you're going to go into, like, I don't even know if there's any real lessons from this, because there's nothing. I mean, it was just an asshole that was really, really good at hiding until he wasn't good at hiding anymore. I think that
Right.
was really it. But is there any lessons that you have from this, Alyssa?
Um, I would say the only thing I proved something to myself,
Yeah.
you know. Um, I've done something that I've never done before in terms of, I don't know, I just noticed growth in myself and I really just felt like I took my power back and I've never had that before. So I'm actually kind of grateful because I could have taken this situation even though it was short-lived.
Hmm.
Sometimes that hurts more than, you know, the
Yeah.
drawn out
Yeah.
relationships because you really had hope for it.
Hmm.
But I found it pretty, I wouldn't say easy, but I worked through being able to just be like, okay, this is the situation and that's fine. And I'm going to be fine regardless.
Hmm.
So we're good.
Mm. Now, what about going into dating now? I mean, have you even thought about that, considered that? Or are you still kind of taking a break
I'm like,
from
this
dudes?
rope out here. Like, I'm gonna be on like high alert with everything. But
Yeah.
now I think that I want to be able to listen at the first sign of
Yeah.
something that doesn't sit right with me. I really would like to be able
Yeah.
to just,
Yeah.
you know, and if, yeah. So I don't know. I'm not on apps. I'm not doing that anytime soon.
Hmm.
I'm not actively searching for anything. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to focus on my business and school and that's that.
Yeah. Um, I think I think it's relationships in general. I think something needs I think especially these days, and again, I'm speaking outside of your experience because I mean, it seems like he was just a straight up cheater with no shame about it at all. But
Right.
I do think in general, like the dating culture that happens today is a lot more casual to the point where
Mhm.
you guys were even in a relationship. But I think I think from the start, people need to express their intentions with exactly what they're looking for and exactly what they're um, what the other person is looking for, and also stating like, listen, if this is not what you have in mind, just let me know. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to
Totally.
judge you for it, but just tell me, and then we'll figure it out. Um, and you know, perhaps, like, first of all, situationships are happening all the time merely because nobody talks about anything. They get together, they start seeing each other, nothing's said, nothing's said, nothing's said. I think it's so important that the first date, people just talk. And it doesn't have to be like a serious thing, but it shouldn't be like super nonchalant. It could just be normal. Just be like, so what are you looking for? What are you interested
Right.
in? And let me tell you what I'm interested in. And I think it's even okay to just be like on the first date, if things are going well, it's okay to just say like, if you're not into that, no worries. Like, don't, you know, I'm not going to judge you. Just let me know. Because, you know, I want to meet somebody great and this is how I want to do it. And there's a lot of different people out there. If I'm not the one for you, that's fine. There's probably a different situation that you want. But this is, you know, like I had a girlfriend, my second girlfriend, like, oh my God, it was 13 years ago. It was I think it was our first date. No, it was our second date. And we were having dinner. And then out of nowhere, she goes, so we're seeing each other now. And I don't want to see anybody else. And if you want to see anybody else, tell me. But that's how it is right now. And if you don't want to see me, that's fine. But that's what I want to do. And that knocked me off of my seat,
I
but
bet.
not in a bad way
No, no, no.
because I was really into her. And so when she
Yeah.
said that, I was like, oh, damn.
You're like, that is not what I was expecting.
Yeah. And I was like, right at that moment, I was like, okay, I made that decision right there because she told me.
Yeah.
um, and if I wasn't interested in her, I would probably just say, okay, yeah, I don't know if I'm good with that yet. You know, this is only our second date.
Hmm.
Um, and I mean, I actually think that's a good thing. I think everyone should do that. I think on the first or second date, I think the first, talk like that, in whatever way it is for you. So it could be different than for how she said it to me. But I just think setting the intentions and having them super clear. And then I think that's not even enough. I think each month there should be another chat and just be like, so just so you know, like, this is where I'm at. I want to know where you're at. And again, I'm completely like, I think being super, super non-judgmental of the person that you're seeing is helpful, because that makes them feel like they can say what they want to you without judgment. So it's like saying like, listen, just I really want to know, like, what are you feeling? What are your plans? What are you interested in? And then even saying like, because I could possibly be into that too, but what I think is so important is that we talk about it so that we could both be really, really happy. And so it might give the other person the opportunity to go, oh, well, maybe they won't judge me for this. Maybe they'll like this idea, and then, maybe at that point, the person will say, well, maybe I am kind of interested in seeing other people. Maybe you should be interested in seeing other people too. And, kind of having us as the primary relationship or something like that. If you started off as like, I'm literally down for anything, I just want to hear what your thoughts are, giving that person that like platform to say exactly what they want to say, gives you the power to know what he's really thinking, and then to dictate how this relationship's going to go. That being said, like I said, you guys were in a relationship, so this doesn't even that much apply to you. But I think that we're talking about it, and this is the topic. Like, I do think that can help, so like everybody. I think it's so important to help everybody just to get the intention set from the start.
Right.
What are your thoughts about that?
No, I agree. And I'm pretty good about that. Like, I'm always asking, if I'm on a first date with someone, I'm like, okay, so what are you looking for? Like, realistically, what is it that you're wanting? And more often than not, the thing is I feel like a lot of the times, like, guys will know, like, or think they know what you want, and they try to match that when you're on your first date with them. Or maybe guys out here, I don't know. So a lot of the time they're like, well,
I agree.
I mean, especially if you're meeting off of an app or something, and it like, like, I'm pretty sure Hinge asks you what you're looking for. So it's on there and they're just like, yeah, I'm definitely looking for a relationship. And then so,
which is so like, I think it should even go further than that. I really do think it should be like, listen, tell me anything and I'll probably be down for it. Like, give them that feeling like, wow, I can say whatever I want to this person, because then you'll get the real story there.
right.
Like, being overwhelmingly open for them and welcoming for whatever their thoughts are, I think is enough to get a guy or anybody to say what they really feel, more likely. But again, if a guy wants to cheat just because he likes that power of saying, well, I'm going to live separate lives. And, I always hear those stories of those dads that will like have two separate families, and everyone's heard those. And like, and we're always like, that's not real. That's like that's an old wives' tale.
But we see that in movies.
Yeah. But I think there really are some men that just want to live separate lives, where they're just like, this makes me feel powerful. This makes me feel whatever the hell it does to them.
I don't know if it's probably power. And I don't know, some people get off on secrecy, because I'm like, here's the thing. There's such thing as ethical non-monogamy. And if that's what you want, like, that's great.
Yeah.
Cool. That might not be something that I'm interested in, but I would rather know that that's something that you're interested in, so you can go forward and find people that might align with that, but instead, a lot of people, I think, if that is what they want, or maybe they don't even know what it is. A lot of guys don't even know what it is that I've talked to. I'm really big on statistics and stuff. So I was just having a conversation with somebody about the statistics of monogamy and such.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, and he looks at me and he goes, "What's monogamy?" And I was like, "Oh God, okay, all right. How do I explain this?"
Yeah.
So I'm just be honest, I guess, which apparently is really difficult for, certain people, not all people.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I'm just looking at the chat, and Daniela asked, wait, were they exclusive at this point? And yeah, I think she missed that part of the conversation. Yes, they were in a relationship, exclusive, real official relationship, 1 month in. And so this is a month later, Daniela. PMSing None says the guest is Purdy. Big respect for her.
Thanks.
And then she says, but what if someone gives a super general non-committal answer? That's why I always say dig. Keep digging. Like really, because most people's answers at first are not going to be the full answer. Keep digging. Okay. So I'm just checking out some more chat here. Sophia says, girl, I just went through a month of love bombing and I'm now realizing what it is. Glad I am getting out right now.
Yes, get out.
And if anybody in the chat has any questions, let us know. And by the way, I just want to thank you so much for coming and telling your story. Because I bet it's hard. It just happened a week ago. Yeah. So are you not going to be using any dating apps for a while? Or have you been swiping at all?
No.
Yeah.
I'm like, if somebody in the actual world wants to talk to me, like,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
But I rarely leave my house. So until then.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think everybody's just starting to be a little more social again, Alyssa, but I am the biggest proponent of meeting people through friends. And the other reason why this is so good is because online dating is so anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
if it doesn't work out, you never see that person again, and you don't know anybody that they know, so but if you're dating somebody that is best friends with your best friend or something like that, or is the brother of your best friend's cousin or whatever,
right, some kind of relation,
like there's more accountability there, and there's more of you going, well, this person is vouched for, this person, I know they're likely going to be a good person because of the fact that half of my friends know them, or even my new friend who is like my dance teacher, who we got really close lately, she hooked me up with this guy, and so I'm such a big proponent of that. And I think the way to do that is to find like-minded interest groups that you could get into. And are you in some sort of like metropolitan area?
I'm in Spokane, Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Spokompton. But I actually have been traveling for work 3 days a week, an hour and a half away. So I actually do not have friends in Spokane at all.
Wow.
Because I moved here a year ago, but I'm never here.
Oh wow! Wait, why aren't you living in the place that you work?
So I bought my house in Spokane because I'm gonna go to Eastern Washington for my master's degree.
Oh, got it.
So I was like, okay, I better move somewhere that I'm going to be close to school. And then I just now decided to transfer all my clients over to Spokane. So
great.
Now I can find some things.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully.
Hell yeah. And it always revolves around your interests. So if hairstyling is like an interest that you have even outside of work, there's going to be people where you could hang out and get to know, and whatever it is, maybe you're a hiker, and maybe you could join a hiking group. Maybe like there's so many opportunities. Yeah. And so it's like, I think when people think, oh, meet people in real life, they're just thinking, oh, go to like the sports pub across the street from me. And it's like,
Right.
well, it's almost, that's almost just as bad as online dating when it comes to accountability and who these people are, because they're still just random people.
Right.
Um, I mean, unless you're specifically going to some sort of event or party that's happening at a bar, or there's a bar that just really matches your vibe, you know, like for instance, last Sunday, I found this amazing place in LA where it's like a tea room where you pay $35, you walk in, and it's just like really like it's just introverted people all lounging around, hanging out, just chatting with each other. It's literally meant to be a place to just socialize in an introverted way while drinking tea and like listening to like really chill music. And I went there and I was like, this is my place. Like, I don't want to meet people at a club. I don't want to go to a loud bar. That's like really uncomfortable for me. I'm an introvert. It's like I want to be at these kind of and so like I was so excited to find it, but you know, it just takes a little bit of just hunting around, looking, you know, seeing what is going on in your area. Um, yeah, you have any questions for me, Alyssa?
I don't think so. I think you've, touched on a lot of really great things that, especially with, getting specific in the beginning. And if I venture out into the dating world again, I will utilize that.
Of course. Um, okay, so I'm looking at the chat and people are just asking what love bombing is. It's basically just when somebody gets super kind of obsessed at the beginning and is constantly paying attention to you, saying they love you, giving you things, doing things for you. And then the usual consequence of that is if they don't get what they want, if they're not, you know, reciprocated, if they can't connect with you, like if they can't contact you when they want to, they'll start kind of having a breakdown and kind of freaking out. And apparently it happens in some, you know, when some people have mental conditions, such as borderline personality disorder. So that's it. Again, Alyssa, I just want to thank you so much for chatting with me and telling your
Thank
story.
you.
And anytime you want to message me and ask me any questions, just feel free. Yeah,
I appreciate it. Thank you so
of
much.
course. And I hope you have a great rest of your week.
You too.
And now you don't have to commute as much anymore. When is that going to happen?
I start my new job on Thursday. It's 8 minutes from my house.
Woo!
So
Hell
handled.
yeah.
Handled. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna save so much gas money.
and when are you going back to school?
I still have to finish out the rest of this year for my bachelor's, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing summer classes, so like a week, 2 weeks maybe.
Oh, got it. Okay, cool. Are they online or are they in person?
Online until I
Yeah.
start my master's.
Yeah. I get you. Cool. But even that, like, are people online? Are they in your area? They're all over the place.
All over the place. So technically right now I'm getting my bachelor's through Northwestern State University,
Mm.
which is in Louisiana.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to meet like a lot of, I'm gonna have to start doing a field work because my major is clinical social work. So
Oh, got it.
I'm gonna have to start doing like field work here in the next couple months, and I'm hoping to meet like a community of like-minded social workers. So
That's
we'll
great.
see.
Yeah.
Just at least have friends.
Nice. Awesome. All right. Well, I'll let you go.
All right.
Have
Thank
a
you
great
so much
night.
again.
Of
You
course. And
too.
thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Man, you could just tell she's a really sweet person. Nobody deserves that. And I wish I had a better solution for her, but like I said, a cheater is a cheater is a cheater. Like, when somebody wants to cheat, there's not that much you could do. No, I didn't want to get too much into, you know, her checking his phone because, like I said, and I mean this, if I was in the situation, I might have been panicking. I might have been feeling really, really strong emotions that I've never felt before. And who knows what I would have done in that situation as well. I likely would have done exactly what she did. But in an ideal situation, I would say that you don't even have to check that person's phone. I would say if I saw some sort of article in a garbage can that alerted me, I think that would be enough. Like, I think you'd be able to just some easy questioning, you know, like she was doing. Let's see your Snapchat. Okay, let me see a conversation in that Snapchat. That's all it takes as far as that. And if they start going, oh, you're being toxic, I would basically just say, okay, this is the biggest red flag. This is it. If you want to be in a relationship with me, you better tell me right now. If you actually care about me, you better tell me right now, or else this is over right now. I don't think going into the phone is necessary, just because it's the type of thing where it's like, I wouldn't want anybody going into my phone because they were suspicious. Oh, I just went into your phone because you were suspicious, because I was suspicious. And so then I wouldn't want to do that to anybody else. But again, the situation that she was in, I don't blame her whatsoever. Cool. So I have Caleb in the waiting room. I want to see what he wants. Hey. Hey.
Oh,
Hey. What up? Damn, that shirt's great. Where'd you get that shirt?
dude, thrift shops.
Woo! Hell yeah.
Way to go.
That's a great thrift find, dude.
I know, yeah. I'm a rock star now.
Yeah, you're looking quite good. What did you think of Alyssa's story?
Well, I was that whole time I was very confused on what love bombing was.
Yeah.
So I messaged Lorraine and Daniela. I was like, hey, do I do this? Like, I think I came to the conclusion that being nice and love bombing are two different things. Yeah.
Love bombing is more of like an obsession, and then when you don't get what you want, you freak out and go crazy.
No, I don't.
Nope.
I don't. No.
I don't think
Caleb
that's you.
didn't do that. No.
Yeah, you don't seem like the type to go crazy.
Well, I hope I'm not. I don't think I'm the type to go crazy. But
So, do you have any stories like this where you noticed red flags?
not off the top of my head, no. I don't know what your plan was for tonight, but I was just gonna be here for a mock date or whatever.
If anybody, there's nobody else in the Zoom, so
It's all right. I'll talk.
and we'll wrap up in a couple of minutes. But let's chat, man. What's going on in your life? Like, tell me about your dating life. That's what I want to know. I love hearing about people's dating lives.
Right now, I'm working on getting out of my apartment because, I mean, you can't expect to meet people, if you're home all day.
Of course.
Yeah, doing stuff like in a perfect world, I'd be sitting there on the couch and someone comes flying through the window and I'm like, it was meant to be. It's perfect, but no.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have to be like, all right, what do I want to do today? I could try improv. I could try going to the gym, going on a
Improv's
hike.
great.
Yeah, I actually watched one of your videos today. I think it was over Sniper Wolf because I
Oh,
just
damn.
discovered.
Oh, you just muted. You just went mute. Can you say that again after listening to Sniper Wolf?
Can you hear me?
Yep, now I can.
Okay. You suggested going to do improv.
Yes.
And I was like, that'd be a good idea. Because I'm a slight introvert.
No. Dude, improv is the bomb for everyone. Everyone. In fact, I would say introverts are better at improv than extroverts.
I think so.
But I'm telling you, it's life-changing. And not only will you learn so much about how to interact with people, but also the types of people that join improv classes, they're just cool people. They're just sweet, nice, funny, interesting people. It's always the type of people I like.
I knew a couple of improvers.
Yes. You could say
from like
I wonder if is it improviser or improvisationalist? Is improvisationalist a real word? Let me see.
They're actors.
Improvisationalist. No, there's no improvisationalist. It's an improviser.
Improvise. That's the official term.
Yeah, improviser. Wait, let me see. Improvisationalist. Wait. I think it's a word.
No. Am I smart? What? What?
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, it's in a British dictionary. So
that's still a win. No. I can't even do an accent.
Yeah, so definitely it's all about getting out and just socializing and just slowly getting to know more and more people. This is a lot of what I do with my clients every week. It's just slowly getting to know more and more people, getting in contact, getting their contact, messaging them on, Instagram is the best place, and then proposing to hang out with them and just doing that often.
Yeah. You know what I thought today, though? I ended up deleting Tinder because I don't think right now dating apps are for me because it's just a little too, I don't know. It seems super, probably not the case, but I think of Instagram as a dating site in a way.
Yeah. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
But also Tinder is too.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's what Tinder's made for, but I've gotten a lot of numbers and talked to people on Instagram.
How are you at sliding in? Are you a slider?
Okay, so my brother's ex-girlfriend tried to set me up with this girl one time, and it took me a year to message her. Clearly she wasn't interested at this point, but I was like, hey, if you want to come hang out sometime, that'd be cool. Cassidy thought we'd be good friends, and I nearly passed out sending that text.
Wow.
And
you were set up too.
Yeah. I pressed send, and I felt my head go and I just stumbled over, caught myself on the counter. I was like, this is pathetic. I was like, you said, oh, you never talked to. I was like, hey, let's hang out. But we've been on the rise ever since. Not me and her. No, she never responded.
Oh, she never responded?
Oh.
Wow.
She never responded.
I would reach out to there is a small chance she didn't see it, but I would reach out to my friends and say what's the deal, bruh?
Yeah. She may have just moved to San Francisco, so that's a thing. Yeah. And I'm not about that long distance. So.
Yeah. So what else? I mean, what I'm basically asking is what's your dating life like now, man? Are you seeing anybody?
I talk to people. I've been talking to someone from back home, but it's just I don't match well with her. And that's all right.
Man.
It just, I mean,
are you talking to anybody else? Have you been on, when's the last time you went on a date?
An actual date?
Yeah.
Maybe a few years.
What the fuck, dude? Do you know you are depriving women of you? What the fuck what are you doing? Why are you depriving women?
I'm trying to get out.
Leave. Get off this fucking podcast. Go to an improv class right now.
It's 9:30.
I don't care. Find an improv class right now.
My friend, a friend I made on the first day of school, she just invited me to go hike with her and her friends on Saturday.
Perfect.
And so,
if you don't
yeah,
go to
that was
I'm gonna
my
kick your ass.
okay. No, I definitely was excited as soon as she told me that, and I
Okay.
was like, ah, something to do.
All right, and
Like,
now I have a tip for you also.
all right.
Get the Instagram of everybody there.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
say to everybody, I mean, if you want to, I'm saying like if you did have a
Yeah.
good time, so at the end say it was so awesome meeting you guys. Like we all need to get together again. I loved all of you, like individually. Like let's connect on Instagram. Let's all follow each other. Say that exactly to everybody afterwards. And then when you're following each other, you're gonna see each other's stories, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna respond to their stories. They're gonna respond to your stories.
Connection.
And then once you guys
Hanging
get
out.
chatting, you just be like, oh, damn, that's so cool. We should do that together sometime.
Yeah.
And this doesn't even have to be dating. It could just be a new friend. But most people are so they're so concerned with getting the date so quickly with a person. It's like, just make friends with people.
Yeah.
And if you keep making friends with the right people, keep socializing, keep expressing your interest in these people, and then when you actually have attraction for one of those people, expressing that attraction, it's going to be so simple, so smooth, so easy, and so consistent. It's just that people are not doing that. We're still pandemic vibing, you know? It's like
Yeah.
we got to remember that pandemic is kind of basically over, as in we could all do what we want now.
It's over in Texas, definitely.
Yeah, I mean it's over in
Oh,
LA
no.
too, but I mean
Oh,
I
is
did
it?
just
Okay.
see a post on Instagram saying that New York might start wearing masks again. But I mean it's basically over. And so it's like you need to reacclimate to socializing and making friends, especially like how old are you again?
25
Like,
now.
dude, you are in the prime of your social life. You
Yeah.
know? Like nobody's like me. I'm a 37-year-old in LA, and so it's like most people my age have a family, they don't really hang
Right.
out with people, but I like making friends. Like I like hanging out with people. I like socializing. I like getting to know new people each week. And I've been a super introvert for the past, several years. And now that the pandemic's over, it's like waking me up. I'm like, all right, let's get back to it. Let's go hang out with people. Let's make friends. Let's network,
It was definitely the wrong focus. Like I had it for a while, the wrong focus of like, oh, I gotta find a girlfriend, or like, just a girl to know need, but like I realized like, no, here, this college town, I need friends and drinking buddies
Yeah.
and,
Mm-hmm.
people to hang out with and have good times. Cause I mean, you can
Yes,
have
man.
memories.
Yes.
You can have memories when you meet girls and stuff, but the fun, arguably, memories are like, friends and,
Yes,
stuff.
it's both. It's everything. If you
Yeah.
just keep yourself to just going on, plenty of fish dates or whatever, I
Yeah.
mean, that could be nice, but like, you want a full social life with friends where you're going out, like you said, drinking buddies, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
You got to commit yourself to it, buddy. Like you are depriving not only women, but also people like guys from hanging out with you. You're an awesome person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So question, besides I guess going to places you like or events, groups, things you like, uh I feel that if I went to a bar by myself, it would look rather sad than
No. Well, first of all,
than
okay. So I would say going to a bar should be your last thing on your list.
okay.
Now that not to say that a bar is bad. That's like saying online dating is bad. There's people
Sure.
where there are people, that's good. where you could just sit right next to strangers and start talking to them, that's great.
Yeah.
But for ease, right, for how making it as easy and efficient and as effective as possible, it's meetup groups, it's like-minded social events, it's friends that are going to a birthday party or something like that. It's something where talking to a stranger is a warm opening rather than a cold opening. Because
like
I spent my 20s being a ridiculous human and just approaching strangers cold in every bar, club, public bookstore, whatever, just because I love social skills, I love relationships, I love conquering my fears and my anxieties and feeling free to talk to whoever I'd like to at any moment. But most people are not like that. Most people don't have the time or interest to do that. And so the easiest way, the most effective way, in other words, to get the best results is like-minded. So you just got to, all you have to literally do is go to meetup.com and type in the word that you like the most.
Okay.
And, it's not hard if you just search around. Like, we have literally the internet at our fingertips. Like, we have so much resource.
If you actually try.
Basically, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. I just want you to consider trying.
Just a little bit harder.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah. All right, buddy. I want to hear how this hike went. Or was it a hike?
Okay.
Is it a hike?
Hike to find a lost hot spring or something.
Whoa.
As it was described to me. So a bit of an adventure. Well,
can I fly to Texas and hang out with you guys?
Yeah, if you can make it here by Saturday, I think.
Yeah. I mean, a plane flight is, only a couple hours. So
yeah, how does your week look? Are you?
I could do it. I want to be there. I want to hang out with you. I want to hang out with your new friends. And I just also want to say aw when I see you connecting with new people. Aw.
Yeah. Caleb's growing up.
All right, buddy. I'm going to get going.
All right.
We'll be back Thursday. You going to be here on Thursday?
I will. Will you be here on Thursday?
Yes, I have another fun episode planned.
Okay.
There's more I have in store.
Hooray.
It's surprises.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, ever since you jumped in, I think like a bunch of people jumped into the Zoom, and I'm seeing like Sophia said, where is it? I'm looking for it. Well, Sophia basically said she would want to go on a mock date with you if she wasn't doing something already. And I'm pretty sure everybody wanted to do mock dates with you, but
got me all excited.
We don't have time. We're all out of time. But yeah, I hope to see you this Thursday.
I'll be here.
All right, buddy. You
all
have
right.
a good night.
Bye, everybody.
Sorry to everybody that was in the Zoom. Next time. Just next time, I don't have much time, but I'm glad you're here. Like I said, you guys make this show. It's just me talking to me otherwise. And so I really, really appreciate you being here. It's like this is my little relaxation moment where I get to hang out with you guys, talk to you, read your chats, interview fun people, talk about interesting things that have to do with relationships and social skills. So thank you so much for being here, everybody. And, well, Thursday's going to be a fun episode.